Bebsuke.
Train coming there. Train coming there.
Safety announcement. In the very unlikely event of an emergency, you will hear 7 long blasts from the ship's horn. Simply return to your seats and remain calm. Wait then for any further instructions to be given. That's 7 long blasts of the ship's horn. Return to your seats and wait on further instructions. You are free to move around the inside and the fore and aft decks of the ship, but never forget, we are on water, and even on the calmest of days the boat may move up or down or sideways, and it's never when you expect it. You will find toilets at the back of this ship as you visit the bell bar. The bell bar is located below decks, downstairs, towards the rear of our ship. There is a selection of snacks with hot and cold drinks available, and you will pass the toilets on your left and right on your way down to the bell bar.
Sorry. Berdua.
These bridges link the north of Scotland to the south of Scotland and England, perhaps bookmarked buildings in the history of the world. The 19th century can be marked by the Firth Rail Bridge, the red cantilever bridge, built before cars and aircraft existed during the reign of Queen Victoria. It opened in 1890. Around the same time, Rudolf Diesel invented the diesel engine. Shredded wheat was the new breakfast cereal. Fingerprinting becomes possible. Aspirin is developed and X-rays discovered. Scotland was then the second richest nation on earth. The Forth Rail Bridge, the red one, was inscribed as a World Heritage Site by the United Nations by the UNESCO, so it now enjoys the same status as the Taj Mahal, the Great Wall of China. And same year that Philips introduced the music cassette. Chemotherapy was first used to treat cancer, and Beatlemania was taking the world by storm with All My Loving and I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Now, the Red Forth Rail Bridge was built at a cost of £3 million. The Silver Forth Road Bridge was built for £11.5 million 74 years later. Now, here in the 21st century, a further 50 plus years later, the Queen's Ferry Crossing is the newest addition to the scenery. A concept built with a 21st century budget of around £1.5 billion, not million, £1.5 billion. Since 1890, when the Red Forth Rail Bridge opened, it was always the tradition to toss a small coin out of the train window as you pass over this island. This is Inchgarvie Island. And over time, generations of children have grown up on both shores, and they've all riddled the sand through their toes searching for those coins, the buried treasure. This is an island also rich with history. Have a close look as we go by. Try to see the oldest stonework, because that's the important bit. The old stonework is all that remains of Inchgarvie Castle that was built in 1495. This island also operated as a state prison until around 1670, but it was in the mid-1600s. The English, Oliver Cromwell, he'd taken control of Edinburgh. He was advancing his troops throughout Scotland. He was aiming for Stirling Castle. He already had Tantallon Castle at Dunbar, Blackness Castle upstream, and Inchgarvie Castle here he took on the 17th day of July, 1651. At this point in the river, in the space of 2 days, over 4,000 English troops crossed to North Queensferry in little boats, and then they all became embroiled in the Battle of Inverkeithing. Under the waves here, a German U-boat, a submarine, a vessel only twice the length of the Forth Bell, but lying silent in the cold, eerie darkness. The year is 1914. The captain is Lieutenant Otto Hersing. This U-boat is U-21. U-21 was the first U-boat ever to enter the Irish Sea, the first to enter the Mediterranean, the first ever to refuel at sea, and also the first to get this far up the river without being detected. Up on the cliff beside the Red Forth Rail Bridge lies Carlingnose Point, the anti-submarine battery. and a further 100 miles of breathtaking cycleway and walkway, Scotland-wide, from here on the Firth, the east coast, all the way over to the west coast. And so from studying and learning from Mother Earth, we can now see Mother Earth providing for us. You just can't help notice this marine terminal at London. Well, this is a very long journey to Scotland's life. The Forties plant, its oil. It's extracted and collected from over 50 platforms in the Forties field, way out in the North Sea. It's then piped along the seabed to here. This is Hand Point. And from here at Hand Point, super tankers, they take on loads of at least 500,000 tons of crude oil every time. Scotland's oil is then exported from here to customers all over the world. Was sailing out of the Firth, bearing south-southeast out past the Isle of May, heading down the coast towards St. Anne's. She was only cruising at 5 knots, far slower than we go in this ship, but this was due to having very little coal to burn. For his own reasons, Lieutenant Otto Ersing dispatched a torpedo. The torpedo penetrated Pathfinder's hull, igniting her munitions battery. 259 men lost their lives. HMS Pathfinder became the first ship ever in history to be sunk with a submarine-launched, self-propelled torpedo. This river and estuary, it's home to such a huge diversity of marine wildlife. But down on the seabed, a rainbow of corals, poisonous lobsters. It's a diver's paradise, hugely picturesque. And and 9 ducks, the heaviest ducks that can actually fly.